I had really good materials to begin with. I felt like, the story about the Warrens was a very fascinating story, one that I wanted to tell and do it justice with. But it wasn't, I guess, until we played it to an audience, until I actually had my first test screening. And I could not believe just how much the audience was just squirming in their seat and just freaking out. It was at that point that I realized, maybe we did something right.
I think the way James approached the actual possession, the old. Do you know what I'm saying?
Oh, that, yeah.
Oh, that was a unique take because, I mean, this is a haunted house film. We've seen that, how do you do it past The Exorcist? It's like, how do you improve upon The Exorcist? And he's done it.
Yeah, I remember walking through the house, without giving too many sort of Hollywood secrets away, but how they, he's very detailed and he goes through a script like, you get the pass from, and with no disrespect to the writers, but I've done like 3 movies with him, so I always know when he takes a pass at it. I always know when you get a script back, like, I'm going to do some work on it. And the scripts are always in good shape anyway, but it gets to him, and he just knows, the genre so well. He knows how to set up these, have a scare here, a scare here, a scare here, a scare here. So then, when finally was something was so great about this, being able to have the support of a studio and build the house, the interiors and all this, and really around how he wanted these set pieces, these scary moments. So it all sort of worked. I mean, you're working with the stunt department, with the, again, you don't want to sort of, debase it to like movie magic, because we still love the sort of the innocence of being a fan, but he just had the support and the drive to be. Everything is so thought through in this movie. He would exhaust himself trying to find a way to do everything practically, meaning no effects. Literally camera moving, going back, then you're in frame, just little things like that really do freak people out, but they're just done practically. Okay, hide under the chair, and when I move the camera away, pop up and I come back. I mean, things like that have been going on for 50, 60, 70 years.
I'm gonna get you now. I can hear you breathing.
Ha! You took your blindfold off. I win. You weren't even warm, Mom. I was in Christine and Nancy's room.
If you treat your audience like they're dumb, then your movie's going to be dumb. I think you have a real resource in that if you show, if you hint there's a wall and there's something around the corner, you've got a whole audience full of people who are then painting the picture of what they see around the corner, and it's whatever scares them individually the most. You know what I mean? And it does so much of your work for you. And I think he's a real master at allowing the audience to do that work, for you and scare themselves, really.
But it is a trust with the director, because you have to create things to build up to make that moment work, where our imagination has to kick in, and that's where he has the skills, and I think other directors probably don't trust themselves, and so they CGI stuff or have some bells and whistles or something like that, because maybe they're afraid what they'll find is they're not up to the task.
I've already worked with Patrick once before in Insidious, and so when I read the script, in the back of my head, I always pictured Patrick playing that role. Luckily, I convinced him to do it, and I've always loved Vera. I've been such a big fan of Vera Farmiga, and I feel very fortunate to have got her as well. And same goes to Ron Livingston and Lili Taylor as well. I grew up watching these guys, and so to work with them, it's such a dream come true.
Look, there's no one here. See?
that smell again.